Picture a Friday night. Kids in jerseys, candy on a folding table, and two grown-ups who started dating last month show up hand in hand. At first, everybody smiles. 10 minutes later, one kid quietly steps away, and the buzz around the field goes flat. Welcome to Danny's Den. Let's chat. Today I want to give you straightforward, usable steps for when a coach and parent start dating. What to watch for, what to say, and what rules usually cover this. No legal lecture, just calm, court-aware advice you can use by the next game day. Here's where it turns sticky. Coaching is authority. Coaches set lineups, hand out attention, and run practice. So when dating shows up on the sideline, kids notice, other parents notice, and in small communities, reputations move fast. Don't call that paranoia. Call it paying attention. Right? Little things add up. Extra batting practice for one child, softer feedback, or a kid who suddenly avoids the dugout. Those are the signals your parenting antenna should pick up on. So what comes first? Your child's emotional safety. Ask simple, age-appropriate questions. You seem quieter after practice. Do you want to tell me about it? That invites a response without pressure. If they do share, validate. That sounds upsetting. I'm glad you told me. And a quick parenting tip. Name the behavior, not the relationship. Say, when kids are left unsupervised near the equipment shed, I'm worried about safety, instead of calling out someone by name. It's clearer and less likely to inflame the community. Co-parenting? That adds a layer. Start neutral. I noticed Axe at the game and want to check how we want to handle it for Jamie. Keep it short. Focus on the kid's routine and predictability, not on who's dating who. Now, the rules part. Most districts and leagues have volunteer policies, who can be alone with kids, background checks, and mandatory reporter duties. Some explicitly discourage romantic relationships between volunteers and parents while the volunteer is active. If the handbook is silent, that silence is a signal to ask for written clarification. Background checks aren't just red tape. They create a baseline of safety. If a coach hasn't completed required checks or failed to disclose relevant restrictions, that's a policy problem you can raise with the league. And remember, many coaches are mandatory reporters. That responsibility doesn't disappear because someone's dating a parent. If you see concerning behavior, document it and report it through official channels. Don't confront alone. Let me paint a couple of quick, practical scenarios. Little League, Yankees night. Coach starts dating a parent. That child gets extra one-on-one time and sometimes sits out drills. Fix? Ask the coach to recuse from lineup decisions involving that child or have another adult supervise their drills. Small procedural moves like that often quiet perceptions. Picture an Eagles-style sideline. High energy, loud encouragement. You notice a parent texting privately during practice and then giving uneven feedback. A neutral ask to the league coordinator works well. Can we get clarity on volunteer boundaries and who handles player feedback so everyone is treated consistently? It's focused on fairness, not blame. Here's a quick human example. A parent in my neighborhood emailed the league with a simple factual note, dates, what they observed, and a request for a policy reminder to volunteers. The league replied, updated the volunteer code, and asked coaches to rotate duties. No drama, faster resolution. Small, neutral documentation changed the routine. If you do raise concerns, document what you saw. Date, time, exact words if you can, and witnesses. Don't editorialize. A sample line. On June 12th at practice, Coach X allowed player Y to skip drills and gave extra one-on-one instruction. Can you confirm the volunteer policy on this? That invites a policy response, not a defensive fight. Gather evidence without spying. Notes, saved emails, names of witnesses. Avoid public social posts about the situation. They escalate and make neutral resolution harder. If the league doesn't respond or you have safety concerns, consult a family lawyer or the district office for next steps. Also consider soft policy fixes that reduce friction. Request a written volunteer code of conduct. Propose rotating duties so no one person makes unilateral decisions. Or ask that certain activities require two adults. These preserve traditions while lowering risk. One more practical script if you need to email the league. Keep it short, factual, and child-focused. Hi, on June 12th, I observed X. For the safety and consistency of the team, can you clarify our volunteer expectations and whether a rotation is possible? Thanks. That tone invites a fix, not a fight.
A couple of do's and don'ts before we wrap. Do document and follow official reporting channels. Do keep conversations child-centered. Do consult a lawyer for unclear legal questions. Don't post accusations online, and don't try to handle serious safety concerns alone.
Okay, time for a little reset. My closing pick is a short slice of 90s R&B. Warm, steady vocals that help you breathe after an awkward game. Music does two things here. It reminds us most sideline problems are solvable, and it calms us down enough to write that neutral email.
Quick recap. Prioritize your child's safety. Document facts, not feelings. Use neutral language. Check league and school policy. And get legal advice if things cross into safety or legal violations. One last tip. Name the behavior, not the person. It keeps the focus practical and the community working together. Thanks for listening to Danny's Den. If you have a specific legal issue you're looking to get help with, send a direct message or email Danielle@thelegalassistantcenter.net to book a free 30-minute consultation and see if I can help. If this episode helped, hit subscribe so you don't miss future short, court-aware conversations about family, sports, and life. Let's chat.